There's a reason your deepest desires haven't fully landed in your reality yet. And it has nothing to do with effort, worthiness, or even your thoughts. This might sting at first, but it will liberate you. Just thinking positively is not enough to shift your life. In fact, your mind might be the very thing keeping you stuck in a loop of near manifestations and silent frustration. You've probably been told that your thoughts create your reality, but here's the missing piece almost no one talks about. Thoughts are only the surface of creation. The real architect is your vibration. The truth is, thought without vibration is like trying to start a fire with air alone. The spark never ignites. And vibration doesn't come from what you say you want. It comes from what you feel when no one is watching. Reality doesn't respond to words. It responds to frequency. So we begin here, in the invisible yet incredibly potent, the field of your emotional energy. While your thoughts can imagine a future, it is your frequency that decides whether that future becomes real or remains a dream. This is the invisible war that so many are fighting without realizing. On one hand, your intellect repeats affirmations, visualizes outcomes, and builds vision boards. On the other, your body, the deeper part of your being, is still broadcasting fear, doubt, unworthiness. The result, a vibrational mismatch that stalls manifestation before it even begins. The universe listens, yes, but it listens to the whole of you, not the part performing optimism. And here's the shock. Your energy speaks louder than your language. That's why someone vibrating in deep self-trust can attract synchronicities without trying, while someone repeating all the right mantras from a place of lack sees nothing shift.
Your vibration is the signal. The field is the mirror. But where does this misalignment begin? It begins with a belief system that overvalues the intellect and underestimates the intelligence of the heart. We've been conditioned to believe that logic is king, that strategy will save us, and that manifestation is a mental checklist. This is a lie born from the illusion of separation. Separation between mind and body, thought and feeling, self and source. And the price we pay is delay, resistance, and a life that almost shifts but doesn't. You might feel it, that subtle tension between what you say you believe and what you actually feel deep in your nervous system. That's not your fault. It's a symptom of a culture addicted to control and allergic to surrender. But now that you're here watching this, something is already waking up. A deeper remembering that you are not just a thinker. You are a frequency being. And until you vibrate in harmony with what you seek, it cannot collapse into your experience, and no matter how much you want it. So this is not about rejecting the mind. It's about restoring the heart to its rightful place as co-creator. Because only when your thoughts align with your emotions, when your mind and heart speak the same vibrational language, do you become magnetic to the realities you were always meant to live. This isn't magic. It's quantum coherence. And once you feel it, everything changes. Today, we begin to strip away the illusion that thinking alone is the path. We peel back the curtain and look at the energy underneath the words. We stop performing positivity and start transmitting truth. You are not here to beg reality to change. You are here to become the frequency that reality cannot help but reflect. So let me ask you right now, in this very moment, are you thinking about your dream life, or are you already becoming the one who lives it? There's a silent revolution happening beneath the surface of modern science. A revolution that confirms what mystics, sages, and spiritual teachers have whispered for millennia. Your consciousness does not live inside your head. It is not a byproduct of your brain. It is not trapped behind your eyes. In truth, you are not inside your body. Your body is inside your consciousness. This is a perspective that rewires everything. The moment you let go of the belief that you are your brain, that your thoughts are born in neurons and your awareness is confined to gray matter, you begin to experience the world as it truly is, a projection of your multidimensional mind. Not limited, not local, not bound by flesh or time. Physicist and mystic Dr. Amit Goswami speaks of consciousness as the ground of all being, not an effect of matter, but its origin. Deepak Chopra describes the mind as a non-local field that transcends space and time. Bob Proctor reminds us that we are energy in motion, spiritual beings having a human experience. These perspectives aren't metaphysical poetry. They are now being validated by the quantum sciences. Let's break this down.
The brain is not the source of your awareness. It is a receiver, a transducer. Much like a radio doesn't create music, but simply tunes into frequencies already present, your brain tunes into streams of consciousness. And that stream is vast, infinite, multidimensional. Your body is not a container, it's an antenna. Your skin, your cells, your nervous system, all designed to interpret vibration and transform it into the experience you call life. This is why thoughts sometimes arrive out of nowhere, why intuition speaks with a clarity beyond logic, why memories from lifetimes or realms beyond this one suddenly surface. Your consciousness isn't confined to your body, because your true self was never physical to begin with. You are awareness having a temporary experience in form. Why does this matter? Because when you recognize that consciousness is non-local, you begin to understand your access to the quantum field not as something you reach for, but something you are immersed in. You are not separate from the unified field. You are an extension of it. And the more coherent your vibration becomes, the more clearly you interact with this field. This means your power doesn't come from trying to control external conditions. It comes from learning how to harmonize your internal frequency with the timeline you desire. You're not trying to pull something toward you. You're tuning into what already exists. Every emotion you feel radiates a vibrational pattern. Every coherent intention, when fused with elevated emotion, ripples through the quantum field. Not metaphorically, measurably. The Heart Math Institute has shown that your heart generates an electromagnetic field thousands of times more powerful than that of your brain. And that field extends far beyond your body, influencing the energy around you. So here's the secret most people miss. You don't create reality with your thoughts alone. You create through coherence, the alignment between mind, heart, and body. That's when your frequency becomes magnetic. That's when the field responds not to what you wish for, but to what you embody. You've been taught to think of yourself as separate, limited, linear, but you are none of those things. You are multidimensional awareness, constantly broadcasting signals into a living, intelligent field.
Every thought, every feeling, every act of presence is shaping your next reality. And that's why most manifestations fail. People try to get from the field without realizing they are the field. They wish, they hope, they visualize, but they do so from a frequency of separation, of lack, of waiting. And the quantum field, neutral and precise, simply reflects that state back. It's time to remember you are not a body. You are not your mind. You are consciousness, aware, connected, and limitless. And when you return to that truth, you don't have to force manifestation. You become the vibrational match of what's already yours. This isn't about belief, it's about frequency. The universe doesn't speak English, it speaks energy. And your every moment is a conversation with the cosmos. What are you saying with your vibration today? If you are not your body and your consciousness is not confined by space or time, then what world are you really living in? The question seems strange at first, but when you begin to look through the lens of the quantum field, something incredible becomes clear. You're not in one reality. You're moving through infinite dimensions of consciousness based on your vibration. This changes everything. The idea of dimensions is often misunderstood. People imagine parallel universes or science fiction portals to alternate Earths. But dimensions, in the language of energy, aren't places. They're states of being, frequencies, filters through which you interpret and interact with the field. When your vibration changes, the dimension you're aligned with shifts subtly but powerfully. Let's unpack that. The third dimension, where most people operate, is the realm of duality, logic, and limitation. It's the plane of separation, of cause and effect, of "I'll believe it when I see it." In 3D, we identify with form, with labels, with survival. The world is dense, emotions are reactive, time feels linear, and manifestation, it's slow, heavy, frustrating. You think, you try, you wait. But when your consciousness begins to rise through emotional regulation, spiritual alignment, and vibrational coherence, you don't just feel better. You begin to access higher dimensions of reality. The fourth dimension introduces fluidity. You become the observer, the chooser, the one who responds instead of reacts. The fifth dimension, it's a frequency where intention manifests with ease because you're no longer creating from separation. You're creating from unity. And here's the truth. You shift dimensions not by traveling anywhere, but by becoming someone else vibrationally. Every emotion, every thought, every choice tunes you into a specific frequency. And that frequency determines the dimension of experience you're operating in. If you're vibrating in guilt, shame, or fear, you're aligned with a limited field, and the world will mirror that back. But when you live from gratitude, faith, and presence, the field rearranges, time speeds up, doors open, possibilities appear, because you've tuned into a version of the universe that's already holding them. Think of it like radio stations. All the music is already out there. You don't need to create the song. You need to tune into the frequency where it's playing. Your body, your emotions, your intentions, they are the tuning dials. And the more coherent they are, the more precise your alignment becomes. This is why raising your vibration isn't about being positive all the time. It's about being conscious, choosing your state, becoming aware of your frequency, and learning to elevate your inner world before expecting the outer to shift. Let's take this deeper. Quantum physics teaches us that particles exist in a state of potential until observed. But what determines what gets observed and what remains hidden? Your consciousness, and more specifically, your vibrational signature. That's why different people can live in the same world and experience completely different realities. They're not in the same dimension energetically. Your emotions are more than feelings. They are energetic codes.
Grief slows the field. Joy speeds it up. Anxiety collapses possibilities. Trust opens them. So if you want to access a higher dimension where manifestation is fluid, where time bends, where your future feels alive, you don't need to wait. You need to rise. The leap isn't dramatic. It's subtle. It's silent. It begins when you stop reacting and start creating. When you stop waiting and start becoming. When you realize that your vibration isn't just influencing your future, it's choosing which version of you gets to emerge. Here's the paradox. The dimension you're in determines how reality feels, but you determine the dimension. So ask yourself, not from the mind, but from the field, what dimension is my frequency tuning me into right now? And am I ready to shift into the next one? If your vibration determines your dimension, and your dimension determines what is possible, then the next truth becomes undeniable. The quantum field is not passive, it is profoundly responsive. You are not simply existing within a field of energy, You are in dialogue with it constantly, and the field, it always answers. The question is, what are you asking vibrationally? This is where spiritual insight and scientific evidence converge. According to quantum mechanics, every particle in the universe exists in a state of probability until something or someone collapses it into form. That someone is you, not the logical analytical mind alone, but the totality of your being, your energy, your emotion, your identity. Joe Dispenza often says, you don't get what you want, you get who you are. And Greg Braden expands, the field is the mirror of the heart. These aren't poetic metaphors, they are vibrational laws. When you emit a frequency through thought, feeling, or belief, the quantum field mirrors it back to you as experience. It doesn't ask if you deserve it, it doesn't ask if it's good or bad, it doesn't ask if you meant it consciously, it simply responds.
This is why your life today isn't a test or a punishment or even a reward. It's a response to the vibration you've been emitting, the people you meet, the patterns that repeat, the opportunities that appear or don't. They are echoes of your energetic signal. If you've been stuck, looping, struggling, it's not because the field is ignoring you. It's because you've been unknowingly instructing it to repeat what feels familiar, and the field obeys. Here's the turning point. You can change the signal, and when you do, the response changes with it, but not through force, not through frantic thinking or endless affirmation, through coherence. When your thoughts, emotions, and body are aligned in a single frequency, the field listens clearly. That's when manifestation accelerates. That's when synchronicities increase. That's when it feels like the universe is talking to you, because it is. You've tuned yourself into its language. Let's make this more tangible. When you feel deep gratitude, not performative, but embodied, your heart emits a harmonious magnetic field. Your brain synchronizes with this pattern. The result is coherence, a measurable, powerful state that allows your intention to move through the quantum field with clarity. This isn't theory. The Heart Math Institute has documented this. It's science. You become a transmitter not of desperation, not of fear, but of clarity, and the field responds. Most people try to force a better reality from a place of lack. They think harder, push more, pray harder, but energy doesn't lie. The field doesn't hear the words. It reads the frequency underneath. If you say, I am abundant, but vibrate in fear, the field mirrors the fear. This is why nothing changes even with effort, because the field is loyal to who you are being. So what should you do? Stop convincing. Start aligning. Start cultivating states of being that match the reality you wish to access.
Don't chase the outcome. Embody the frequency. If you want love, be it. If you want freedom, vibrate as if it's already here. This is not imagination. This is quantum instruction. The quantum field is not judging you. It's not punishing you. It's not testing your worth. It is simply responding to your energy. And the more coherent that energy is, the more your mind, heart, and body are in agreement, the more elegant, fast, and magical the manifestation becomes. Let this sink in. You are not trying to force a new reality. You are becoming a new vibrational signature, and the field will adjust to match it. Now breathe and ask yourself from this new space, if everything I feel the field reflects, what frequency do I choose to become next? If the quantum field responds to who you are being, not what you are asking for, then the next insight is not only empowering, it's revolutionary. You are not chasing realities. You are the access point. The universe doesn't move toward you, it moves through you, according to your signal.
You are not a separate observer looking in from the outside. You are the portal through which infinite timelines, possibilities, and outcomes collapse into form. This is not metaphor. This is mechanics, vibrational mechanics. Every choice you make, every emotion you sustain, every thought you entertain vibrates at a certain frequency, and that frequency determines which version of reality becomes available to you. You are not manifesting a single moment. You are curating a continuous vibrational landscape. This means your identity is not fixed, it is fluid, and with each intentional shift in vibration, you align with a parallel version of yourself who is already living what you desire.
Pause and absorb that the version of you who already lives the love you seek, the abundance you dream of, the peace you crave already exists, not as a fantasy, but as a real energetic blueprint in the quantum field. The only reason you are not experiencing it yet is because your current vibration is tuned to a different reality, and the portal between here and there is not time, it's alignment. This is the great reversal. Most people believe they need to act, work, push, and strive to get there. But quantum reality operates differently. You don't go there, you become it here. And when your frequency locks into that new pattern, the universe rearranges not as a reward, but as a reflection. Just like a radio doesn't pull in a station, it simply vibrates at the same frequency until the signal becomes sound. You don't bring in your dream, you tune into it, and then it materializes through the portal that is you. You are the bridge. You are the signal tower. You are the collapsing point, and your power lies not in what you can force, but in what you can embody. This is why the present moment is sacred, because every new version of reality can only enter through the now, not through memory, not through hope, through your presence, your feeling, your state of being in this exact moment. When you shift here, reality shifts there. So how do you begin to embody this portal power? It's not complicated, but it requires consistency. You start by anchoring into the emotional state of the version of you who already has it. Not pretending, not wishing, but embodying, in breath, in posture, in inner dialogue. You align your self-image with that future version. You let go of the vibration of, I'm not there yet, and step into the vibration of, this is who I am now. Every time you visualize with emotion, you're tuning your body. Every time you breathe with intention, you're stabilizing the signal. Every time you speak as if it's already done, not to fake it, but to feel it, you are collapsing into a new frequency. And over time, something incredible begins to happen. You stop waiting, you stop needing, you stop searching because your nervous system no longer signals lack. Your mind no longer speaks from separation. Your field stops sending mixed messages. And in that space of pure coherence, the new timeline appears. This is the quantum truth few dare to claim. You're not manifesting a thing, you're becoming the frequency that can hold it. And when you do, the field, ever precise, ever neutral, ever faithful, brings it to form through you. So ask yourself now, with depth and honesty, if I am the portal, which version of myself am I willing to open to today? Because the field is listening, and it's ready to reflect the reality you're ready to hold.
There is a frequency, subtle, ancient, and often overlooked, that doesn't scream, it whispers. It doesn't chase or command, it simply is. It holds no urgency, no fear, no resistance. It is the frequency of unification, the energetic signature that arises not when you try to control the quantum field, but when you remember that you already are the field, expressing itself through this form, through this now. And when that remembrance takes root in your being, something shifts that no technique, affirmation, or effort could ever replicate. You no longer visualize your desires as distant. You feel them as familiar. You no longer speak to the universe from longing. You vibrate from fulfillment. And the field, always precise, always coherent, mirrors that state back with breathtaking accuracy. This is the end of seeking and the beginning of embodying. Because the truth is, you were never separated from what you desire. You were only broadcasting a version of yourself that couldn't yet hold it. But now, after this journey, you see differently, you sense differently. You remember the field is not outside of you, it's the space within you, the silence behind your thoughts, the intelligence between your cells, the sacred stillness beneath every breath. And when your mind stops trying to force and your heart starts to trust, this is when the miracle begins. Reality no longer feels like something to shape, but something to allow. You walk through your life no longer needing signs, because you are the sign. You speak less and feel more. You stop waiting and start radiating, because you know what you are seeking is not arriving, it's already here.
Waiting for your coherence. Coherence is not perfection, it's presence. It's a consistent return to your center. It's choosing the feeling before the form. It's acting from the future while grounded in the now. It's a practice not of doing more, but of being fully. So we leave you with this invitation. As you close this video, don't rush back to your old timeline. Breathe, anchor, feel. Let this remembrance become your new baseline. Let the field settle into your nervous system. Let the vibration of unity dissolve the noise of separation. You are not behind. You are not blocked. You are not broken. You are simply remembering. And the moment you surrender to this frequency, not to give up, but to rise up, the universe flows through you with a precision and grace that defies logic. Because now, you are not trying to make reality change. You are becoming the one who no longer needs to try. And in that surrender, the quantum field bows to your coherence and says, "Welcome back. I've been waiting." If this message realigns something deep within you, take a moment to subscribe. This is a space of remembrance, expansion, and coherence. Welcome to the field.